Retro Ghetto.
Hi everybody, welcome to this week's Ghetto vlog, and I am in Swaddling Coat, home of what is probably the biggest charity shop I've ever been in. This is the one where I previously found those Super Nintendo games and she wouldn't let me look at them because they were going on eBay, so hopefully I'll have better luck this time. Let's go. Okay, that was more like it. So that was the experience at Sue Ryder that I needed. So I've got a bag full of stuff, including a retro video game, and not the sort of games that you'd expect to find in a charity shop. And for some reason, this time they allowed me to buy it as opposed to telling me it was for eBay. So yeah, absolutely buzzing with that. It's a great start. From here, we're now going to fly to the rest of Swaddling Coat, hit up some charity shops. There's like a pawn shop as well. So yeah, man, let's go. Okay, back in the 3.0. Welcome officially to this week's Ghetto vlog. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed that little hunt. I was determined to go out and do a quick hunt to kick off this vlog because the rest of this vlog is somewhat of an unknown. We're going on a road trip, we're taking a family break, much needed break. And whilst there are a few places that we're going to be recording on the way, yeah, I really don't know what to expect from the rest of this week, but I'll get to all that in a bit. Before I tell you guys about the plans for the week, let's get into what I picked up. Like I said, I just nipped out to Swaddling Coat. I really wanted to go back to that charity shop. Like I say, definitely unfinished business with that shop, but we'll get to that last, I think. So we'll start with like a pawn shop. Is it called Fast Cash? Something like that. I think they're called Fast Cash. There was a couple of games in there that I wanted. I was going to pick up the PS2 SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. It's a game I've been wanting to pick up for so long. It's one of them games I always hear about being dead high up on the wrestling games list. I know a lot of people have a lot of love for the N64 games. That's not really where my nostalgia is. For me, my favourite wrestling games was the PS2 era. So I really want to pick up that one, the one with Brock Lesnar with his traps hat on the front. But it was so badly damaged. It was like £1 more than CX. The disc was really badly scratched. There was no manual, so there was no way I was going to buy it. So I left that behind. But I did pick up this copy of Just Cause 3. I really wanted to grab this one because I recently picked up Just Cause 4, largely because of the sleeve cover. But it got me intrigued into the series. I started looking into it, and since I picked that game up, I've had a conversation with multiple people about the Just Cause games, and I've also looked into it online, and there seems to be a lot of debate amongst fans as to which one is the best game. I've heard some people say 3, some people say 4. So yeah, it's up in the air. So I thought for just £3 I'd pick this one up. This is a 2015 action-adventure game developed by Avalanche Studios. This one's set 6 years after its predecessor. Just Cause 3 follows protagonist Rico Rodriguez as he returns to his fictional island homeland, which is now under the control of a dictatorship. As you'll be seeing, this one plays in a third person in an open world format and got 74%. I think it's currently sitting on a Metacritic. Like I say, sort of divides opinion in terms of what people want from Just Cause games. I think they can play quite differently. But yeah, you have to let me know in the comment section which is the best Just Cause game to jump into. From the footage I've seen, it just looks like good fun. It just looks like you've got this big sort of open world area that you can sort of blow up, basically. I think one of the standout features of this game is how interactive the world is and how much damage you can create to said world. So yeah, definitely one I'm intrigued by. This is how I felt about Far Cry. I'd never played a Far Cry until probably about 3 years ago. I've since played 3. So yeah, again, let me know in the comment section where I should be starting with the Just Cause series. But I think a £3, that's not a bad buy. And whilst I was in the sort of town of Swaddling Coat, I did go around the charity shops. There wasn't too much that I picked up, but with the start of the football season, I sort of have this yearning for the good old days, right? The old Soccer AM days. And if you guys know, you know, right? Back when Soccer AM was the proverbial. You woke up on a Saturday morning, Soccer AM, you put your coupon on, you'd watch Soccer Saturday with Jeff Stelling and that. Yeah, man, they were just good days. So when I saw this, and I actually used to own this back in the day, I think this was like a stocking gift, a Christmas gift for me back in the day. So this is Soccer AM, top 10 goals of all time, with the legends on there, Helen Chamberlain and Tim Lovejoy. And then I also saw this on the way out, Soccer AM, the DVD 2. So this one's the greatest players of the last 10 years. And I feel like it's just going to be those vibes, right? Those vibes from, what was it, early 2000s? When these were, where are we? 2004, yeah. If you know, you know. But yeah, this is just something I'm just going to throw on one day when I'm in here tidying up for that just nostalgia hit of good old Soccer AM, man. Yeah, man. Anyway, so moving on from that, the big charity shop. So before I get into the retro find, they had 10 CDs for £1. You've seen me rooting through them. I think I found 8 that I thought were worth picking up. Don't judge me on some of these. We'll just get into that one straight away. Backstreet Boys had some bangers, right? I don't want to hear it. And for what? About 10p or whatever it was, I'll pick it up. But some really good CDs here. We've got Amy Winehouse, Boys to Men, TLC. My pick of the bunch. Absolutely love this. I'm a huge Marvin Gaye fan. I've got so many compilations of Marvin Gaye, but this one's probably my favourite of all the compilations. I used to own this, but I no longer have it. I think I maybe got a loose, scratched up version of it in my car somewhere. But yeah, this was just, yeah, I just love my music, man. And you'll be seeing this was just vibes. Like, you don't have to go out and find the world to have a good time. The sun was shining, I was driving home, I had a nice can of orange Lucozade, I put a bit of Marvin Gaye on, and yeah, man, it was just a good time all around. But the icing on that cake of this hunt was definitely this. So, like I said, this charity shop previously had Super Nintendo games boxed behind the counter. She wouldn't even let me look at them. She had them off of eBay, and she was very dismissive. This time, they actually had some loose Super Nintendo carts. Nothing that I needed. But then I saw this, and I said, can I have a look? And at first, I didn't really have any intention of buying it. I just wanted to see it. But when she showed it me, it had been reduced to half price, and it was immaculate, and there's no way I could have left this behind. And that is for the Dreamcast Virtua Fighter 3 TB. Originally released for the arcades back in 1996, this Sega-developed fighter got a Dreamcast release in 1999. TB is the updated version of 3, TB standing for Team Battle, and it consists of new moves as well, and you know, all the additional mechanic workarounds that you expect with one-on-one fighters. In CEX, they sell this for £15. You can get just £6 trade-in for it, but I wouldn't trade this in for that. This thing is immaculate. It is mint. If I was to take this to CEX, I would expect to give this to them for the mint price. They'd sell it mint for £18 and they trade it in for 12, which theoretically would double my money. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this just yet. I don't collect Dreamcast. I don't know whether to pass this on to a Ghetto gang member, do it as a giveaway, trade it into CEX, should be able to get mint price. I haven't worked that out just yet. What I do know is there's no way I was leaving it sat in the charity shop, right? Absolutely mint copy. So yeah. Not every day you find Dreamcast games, certainly not in this condition, let alone sat in a charity shop. So it's definitely put the universe right with me in terms of that charity shop after the last experience compared to this one. And like I always say, you got to go there, you got to check these places out. And yeah, man, absolutely delighted to come home with that. And yeah, nice little hunt, as I say. And now that takes me to what we're going to be doing for the rest of the week. So, guys, I'm ready for a break, let me tell you. It's been a mad couple of years, to be honest. Ever since I started doing 2 videos a week, I absolutely love it. I've loved the YouTube journey, and I want to thank you guys for sort of coming on this mad journey with me. But it's been non-stop for 2 years. Since the vlog started, I've not stopped. And that's the case now. So we're going away for a few days, tomorrow morning. But in order for me to go away for a few days, I have had to go into overdrive. So I've had to make 4 videos in 1 week. Just so that I can relax. I'm not the sort of person that will go on holiday and say, oh, you know, you'll see me in a week or 2. I'd rather like do the work the week before so that I can go on holiday contented, relaxed, knowing that the videos are done. You guys have still got videos to watch, but it's been a crazy like 7 to 10 days. There was one day where I was working on 4 different videos. So yeah, I feel like I've earned the break, and I think that's the best way to go into a break, right? When you feel like you've earned it. So yeah, I'm going to finally relax, have a few days with the family. We're going up towards Lincolnshire way. I don't really know if there's any like video game stores there. I'm not too sure. From what I've had a quick Google, I've not seen anything. But there is definitely a CX on the way there and a CX on the way back that we've never been to before. I know one of which is Grantham. I can't remember what the other one is yet. But yeah, so we're going to go there one way so I can go to one CX. We'll come back another way so I can check out another new CX. Also, we're not too far away from Skegness where we're staying, so obviously when you've got kids, it's, you know, you can take them there for the day. They can go and enjoy all that Skegness has to offer for kids. There's also a CX there, and I'm pretty sure there might be something there worth hunting as well. You know me, guys, I'll sniff it out, right? There'll definitely be somewhere worth hunting on this trip, but yeah, that's why I wanted to get this game hunting as well. A bit of normality before we get into the unknown of this sort of like family break and road trip. But yeah, I'll catch up with you when we get there, I guess, in a bit. Retro Ghetto. Okay, so we've made it to the first stop on this road trip. We're about halfway to our destination, and we're in the town of Newark. It's a Nottinghamshire town. There's actually Newark Castle here as well, which I might go and check out after CEX. Priorities, right? So yeah, we're going to do the local charity shops, check out the CEX, maybe the castle, and then we're going to make our way further into Lincolnshire. So let's go. How cool is that? Look at that. Love that. On first inspection, I thought these would be worth buying, but there's no value in CX of these. Minecraft's just a story mode Minecraft. It's only £2 there, so there's no point paying £3, but not bad. Decent little selection, should you actually want them. Always ask.
that is why you always ask if there's any more games in the back. I think I said in the charity shop, they had a few 360 games there, and immediately looked like there was some value, but there wasn't. I asked the lady, she pulled out this tub, and in there they've got a nice Blu-ray, it's got some value in it, a couple of games. I'll show you when we get back to, well, say get back, when we get to where it is that we're staying. But now we're going to make our way to the CX. I'll tell you what, that weren't bad. It's only a small store, but I got a nice couple of bits in there. Yeah, man, really happy with my finds in Newark. Quite a lot of charity shops here. I'll show you when we get to the chalet, hotel, whatever it is. I don't know where we're staying. Mrs. RG does that stuff. I'll see when I get there. And we're here. This ain't too bad, is it? Have a bit of this. How do I get that? Oh, hello. Castle over there, look. Ah, that'll do me.
Okay, so welcome to my humble abode, home for at least the next few days. I'm sitting here, so it's going to be a bit weird in terms of recording. I'm probably going to go in and out of focus, but I felt like it'd be a waste to not sit in front of that view rather than just stare blankly at a mundane magnolia wall. I figured we'd have that behind, so there might be a little bit of coming and going with the focus, but I'm sure we'll be okay. So yeah, we're here, but along the way, as you know, we stopped at Newark, and I was really impressed with Newark. It was good timing, first of all, because they had like a beach thing going on, so the kids were happy. They got to have like this little man-made beach that was set up in the little town centre, live music and stuff. So yeah, it was just like a real nice start to the trip. With us having a baby, we didn't want to go too far afield, so where we are here in Lincolnshire is roughly an hour and 45 minutes, so to stop like after an hour is perfect, and that's exactly where Newark was. And as a bonus, I found some really nice pieces while we were at. So the very first charity shop I went into, that's where we saw those 360 games that are on the shelves. Nothing I wanted to pick up, nothing worth picking up or trading in. But always ask, right? I get bored of saying it. You guys are probably sick of me saying it. Always ask if there's any more games. I just pulled out this box. I know there's some stuff waiting to be priced up and go out. And in there was a few decent games. So the first one is not really of any value. Medal of Honor Warfighter, but it's sealed. I'll always pick up a sealed game. These are all £2. For £2, I'll switch my version out. It's got the PS3 official seal on it. So yeah, for a couple of quid, I'll trade out mine for this. And then another one which seems to hold a little bit of value comparative to other sort of like Disney game releases in the series. And that is Disney Pixar's Brave. So this isn't a game I know much about. I quite enjoyed the movie. But yeah, this is £5 I think at CEX and trades for £3. So yeah, interesting this one. Let me know if you've played Brave, because it's not one I ever heard anything about the gameplay. But like I say, with it being £5, it must be somewhat sought after, right? And then the best find, in terms of value at least, to trade at CEX was this. So I pulled this out the same box. He only charged me £2, and that is the Blu-ray of the Hannibal Lecter trilogy. So this has got Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal, and Red Dragon. So yeah, not bad at all. They sell this one currently at CEX for £12. It's got £8 trading credit. So yeah, not a bad find at all. Plus, over the next few days of being in here, this will be a bit of entertainment for me and the missus, obviously. You know, once the kids are in bed, right? I'm not sure it's age appropriate, but yeah, not a bad find at all. So really happy with the very first charity shop I went into. And then I stumbled into an Oxfam. Now Oxfam's one of them places you don't really get bargains. Things are usually priced accordingly, but they do take a lot more effort with their media than a lot of other charity shops. So you can find some good stuff, and today was no exception. I did find, before we get into the game, this. So this is a vinyl record, Marvin Gaye Live. I did say earlier in the video when I found that CD, what a big fan of Marvin Gaye I am. One of the few artists that I would listen to live, right? It's vocally good enough to perform live. I mean, tunes on here like Distant Lover, you only ever hear the live version. Now that sets apart old school proper singers from today, right? Where they would just go out, perform it live, and that would be it. That would be the one that would get put onto wax, so to speak. And yeah, every time you hear Distant Lover, it seems to always be the live version. Which, yeah, I say, says it all about one of the greatest voices, in my opinion, to ever grace a record. So happy with that. That was like, what was it, £6 or £7? And then the other one that I picked up for a couple of quid whilst I was in there was The Hobbit. I'm not entirely sure if I own this, but I think it trades in for £3, sells for £5, so I couldn't really go wrong picking it up for £2. Lego Hobbit. I'm not a massive fan of the Lego games. I do enjoy them for what they are, but this is more games that I'll play with the kids as they grow up, so I do pick these up as and when. So yeah, Lego The Hobbit, and all in all, I think a decent little haul to start this trip.
I'm not sure how, guys. It's been a long day, but I forgot to show you my Newark CEX pickups. Right, okay, so the first one was this Arkham City Steelbook. You see this Steelbook quite often. I think I've got it for the 360, but it's not always got its sleeve cover, and it's immaculate. It's very rare you see these this clean. So to see it this clean, complete with its sleeve cover for just £2, yeah, there's no way I was going to leave that behind. Generally speaking, I was quite impressed with the Newark CX. Actually, there's quite a few decent bits and bobs in there that I could have been tempted to pick up. But on this day, this is a game I've been thinking about buying for quite some time, and that is Snow Bros Nick and Tom Special. So as you can see, this is just £10, and I always have a saying, right? Any day I can pick up a Super Nintendo game, complete in box for £10 is a good day. And it's kind of getting to that point with Nintendo Switch, as long as it's a game that I actually want to play. This was originally a 1990 Towerplan developed arcade game. It's very reminiscent of Bubble Bobble, as you'll be seeing on screen now. This is a modernised version developed by CRT Games. It was released in 2022. There's 50 stages here, and every 10th stage you have a boss fight. This is one I've been intrigued by for quite some time. So when I saw it there today, and I looked on the shelf, I opened it, and this is what persuaded me. It's got everything in here. So it's got these stickers, it's got this user manual, full colour, which really annoys me that these low-run, cheap games can put all this nice full colour stuff in here. And yet, you know, the big parties, your first-party stuff and all that, it comes empty. Yeah, I think other larger developers and manufacturers could learn a thing or two from these kind of companies, because look at this, look at the quality, the attention to detail. Absolutely love that. So as soon as I opened it, that was all the convincing I need to pick this one up. So yeah, that is my CEX pickups from Newark.
This trip, we're now obviously going to chill, going to go and do some stuff and go out with the family, explore the surroundings. I'm going to try and find some time to play my Switch, because I'd love to really get my teeth into Sea of Stars on this trip if I can find the time to do so. And yeah, next time you see me, we're nipping out. We're doing like a morning in Skegness. There's a CX there, so if there's anything worth picking up, I'll be showing you guys that as well. But yeah, man, let's crack on with the chilling.
Well, that's not a bad view, is it? Got a lake, got a castle. Where else could you want to sit down and play your Switch? So, yeah, it's been a couple of days, I think, since I checked in with you guys last. I was, I believe, in Skegness, which, I mean, if you've ever been to Skegness, you already know, right? It is what it is. But it's just one of them quick family days out. Do the things with the kids that I did as a kid, you know, go on the pleasure beach, eat rock, you know, all that kind of cliche stuff. Little man enjoyed it. That's what it's all about. That's very much what this holiday's been. Even the last few days on this site, you know, it's been very much a lot of activities for little man, mini golf. We've done archery, swimming, obstacle courses, pedalos, you name it, we've done it. So it's been a great break, spending time with the family. In terms of Skegness, I didn't buy anything. There was nothing that I needed in the CEX. So yeah, I've just been chilling when I've had a minute to myself. I've been playing the Switch, still getting through Sea of Stars. I'm hoping to get it done on this trip, because I always like associating memories of games with trips and stuff. I always think that's a nice thing to do. So hopefully we can get that finished. But I'm not well versed in RPGs, right? Turn-based. It's probably taken me longer than Google would say, because I'm about 25 hours in and I don't think I'm close to the end. So it is what it is. In terms of my collecting going forwards from here though with this trip, I need to do a bit of soul searching now. It's time for me to look at the CEX app, because hopefully you watch Wednesday's video, you will know that I've got a large amount of CEX vouchers, and it's a very big decision for me to make now in terms of what we spend those vouchers on, because part of me thinks, do I just go balls to the wall, buy the most expensive game that I can find for a system that I collect for, because it's not very often I can spend, I don't know, £400 or £500 on a game? Or do I buy like 3 or 4 things that I've been wanting for quite some time at like £100, £150 each? So I don't know. I'm going to sit down and take a look at the CEX app. When you've actually got a lot of vouchers, it makes you realise that there's not that much on the app. It's like everything in life, right? When you haven't got the money, you see loads of stuff. When you have got it, you start thinking, well, that's not available. This isn't available. That hasn't got a manual. So you start second guessing everything. But yeah, I'm going to place an order so we can do a huge CEX lottery on the channel real soon. And aside from that, I'll probably check in with you guys again now on the way home. I did say on the way here, we went via Newark, and on the way back, we're going to go via Grantham. So it's just another CEX that I've never been to. And then once we get back to the 3.0, there's going to be a lot of parcels. Even on an average week, to go away for a few days, there'll be a lot of parcels waiting for me, but I think this is not an average week, so I think there's going to be a large stack waiting for us to open when we get back to the 3.0. So yeah, I'll check in with you guys as and when in a bit. Okay, so we had a bit of a change of plan. We were supposed to be going to Grantham, but we've decided to come to Lincoln. It's like a nicer town. I'm glad we've come. They've gone to look at a cathedral. Me, being the uncultured swine that I am, I'm on my way to CEX. But in a town of old, beautiful buildings, I've spotted the rare standalone game store. So might as well pop in here first, right? And then we'll go CEX. So I just bought a Nintendo Switch game for £4. £4, not a code in a box, an actual Nintendo Switch game with a cartridge inside it for £4 from Game. Right, okay, let's take a look at CEX.
And we are back. So, as great as it was to get away with the family, as much as the kids loved it, as much as it's nice to, you know, take a bit of time to just relax from the stresses of day-to-day life, I'm glad to be home, right? I'm at that age now, I enjoy my creature comforts. So by creature comforts, I mean the 3.0. So yes, nice to be back. We actually got back yesterday. And yeah, man, great trip all around. I've got some things here that have been delivered. My local Royal Mail depot were aware that I was away, so there are some things that I still need to collect. There's loads of good stuff. We'll just catch up with that on next week's vlog. So we're going to get into this stuff, but before that, I just wanted to quickly look at what I picked up from my trip to Lincoln. In terms of the Lincoln CEX, I was really impressed with it. I thought it was a really nice layout. It just felt a bit different to most CEX stores. Slightly different with the terms of its layout, but really good stuff, really good quality of stock. And yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised with it. I didn't actually pick anything up though. There's a few things that I looked at, but I think I'm a little bit spoiled right now because I got all those vouchers. Yeah, if you didn't already know, I recently was able to get £500 worth of vouchers, and yeah, everyone's really happy for me. But in all seriousness, because I've got those vouchers, I've been going through the app so much, looking at like amazing pieces that I really want for my collection. It almost felt like slightly underwhelming when I actually went to a store and I was looking at, like, you know, things that you see quite often. So there was nothing that really caught my eye. But like I said, I picked up a £4 Nintendo Switch game from that game store, which bemused me. You don't really see games for £10 on the Switch, never mind £4. And that game is Big Farmer, but not only Big Farmer, wait for it, Manager Edition, yeah. So this is a simulation game where the player builds a drug factory. It's probably not as entertaining as it sounds. It's a pharmaceutical drug factory, and yeah, it says on here, research, produce, cure, profit. What if you had it in your power to rid the world of disease, improve the lives of millions, to ease suffering and cure the sick, and earn a tidy profit? Welcome to the world of Big Pharma. So yeah, like I say, not only was it a £4 Nintendo Switch game, it comes with like various bits and pieces. Where are we? Yeah, so there's stickers, there's an origami sheet and a piece of paper, so you can make a heart out of origami. I mean, whilst I'm not going to do anything with this stuff, it's just bemusing to me that it's £4, right? And it includes the DLC, hang on, marketing and malpractice. But yeah, I'm still getting over the fact it was a £4 Switch game. This is £10 at CEX, they trade it in for £6, so yeah, I mean, theoretically, if they'd had more, I could have bought them all, right? I could have scalped my way to some more vouchers, but yeah, they just had one of these sat on the shelves. I've never, ever seen a Switch game for that price. I had to pick it up, so yeah, that was on the shelf as part of my Switch collection. I'll probably leave the price tag on, just, yeah, as a reminder as to why I picked this game up. But yeah, there we have it. Big Pharma. Now, let's get into some of these, shall we? As I said, there's lots of things that are waiting for me, which we'll get through next week, but there should be some pretty good stuff in here, I think. I think we've got gifts, purchases, a purchase that I made that's come away from France. There's also a CX lottery in here, so yeah, let's crack on, shall we? So the first one is, let's see. Yes, so this is the one that has come from France. I'm excited to see this in person. Okay, I've not got a knife or anything as usual. I'm underprepared. Where are we? Okay, so we've got a note first. Oh, wow. Okay, I've got my receipt in French. This cost €20. Okay. Hey Callum, another stunning game to add to the collection. She really is a beaut. Keep the great content coming, it's much appreciated. I've just made that up. It says keep the content coming. I added great myself. You gotta be your own hype, man. Keep the content coming, it's much appreciated. All the best, Kirk. P.S. Congrats on 20,000 subs. Kirk's part of the Ghetto gang and just an absolute top bloke. So he was shopping in France. I mean, the Ghetto gang's dangerous, right? People are always somewhere showing you weird and wonderful things. But he took a picture of this, whilst he was out and about in France, and I just knew straight away I had to have it. So this is God of War 3. Now, yeah, I own God of War 3, I don't know, 4 or 5 times, but I've never seen this version. Look at this collector's edition. That is absolutely stunning. It's even better in real life than it is on the pictures, because not only is it like gloss embossed, right, and raised, it's also got like a metallic to the background. They have gone all out. You can see here where it's slightly come off, look, there's a metallic underneath. That is absolutely stunning. Like, I'm a little bit blown away. This is genuinely one of my favourites in my entire collection. Now, we recently bought Ultimate Spider-Man on the PlayStation 2, which I said was probably my favourite sleeve cover, right? I love this. But this is up there as well. I'm going to try and get this in a protective box. This needs to be on display. This is absolutely stunning. Got to give a massive shout out to Kirk. I'm assuming this is a French exclusive. I've never seen it before. Let's see what we get inside. Yeah, just more artwork from the game. That's artwork which features on the Pandora's Box collector's edition, I think. When you got so many kind of these different like editions, you notice certain like images and bits of artwork are used on different things. What else have we got? So we've got obviously the manual, as you'd expect, more artwork, and then we've got the game itself, of course, and what I believe is like postcards. Yep. So we've got God of War 3 postcards. God of War 3 is one of my favourite games of all time. So to have this alongside all the other collector's editions that I own, even on this bit, look, it's got God of War added to the top. Love it. Absolutely love it. Kurt, can't thank you enough, my friend, for thinking of me when you saw it, for picking it up for me, and just all round being a great member of the Ghetto Gang community. Oh man, absolutely love that. I made up with that. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so let's put that to one side and let's carry on, shall we? Right, okay, so yes, speaking of the Ghetto Gang, right, okay, so I've got to give a shout out to admin extraordinaire, Connor, for this one. I need an admin, right? When it comes to like Discord and stuff, I love it. I love being on it, I love chatting. But I'm useless, you know, like at the admin side of it, creating new chats, all that kind of stuff. I'm an old man, guys. Like, it doesn't come natural to me. So shout out to Connor for all his hard work. So, story of this one is I recently went to Entertainment World, covered it on the channel. But when I was like looking back at the footage, as so often is the case, I saw this game and I was like, oh, I should have bought that. It was £20, and it was one of them games that like took off. Everyone started buying it, which we'll get to in a minute. Price went through the roof, and now I'm sitting there thinking I should have picked that up. So when Connor mentioned he was going, I said, will you grab it for me? They were on it. They'd put the price up a little bit, but I was still happy to pay it. And that is on the Xbox 360, Deadpool. This is a 2013 action-adventure game developed by High Noon Studios, and it's what you would expect from a Deadpool action-adventure game. A lot of fourth wall breaks, and yeah, it's somewhat mixed in terms of like what people think about this game. But since the release of the recent movie, some of the prices have gone through the roof. This is now £30 at CEX, but the PS4 version is currently £95 at CEX, and I've seen it sell for even more on eBay, just crazy prices. And as I say, it's come as a result of the success of the recent movie. There's also the Wolverine game, that's now £30 at CX as well, which is currently out of stock, but thankfully I already had the Wolverine game and I really enjoyed that one. By all accounts, this isn't as good as the Wolverine game. I need to go back to that, because I started Wolverine, I started playing it on the kiosk. I put a few hours into it and just got distracted by something else, as you know, happens, right? But very happy to add this one to the collection. So again, massive shout out to Connor for grabbing that one for me. And shout out to the good folks over at Entertainment World. And that takes me nicely on to the CEX lottery. So it's almost like as a direct result of that. So the Ghetto Gang were chatting about like Marvel games and how, you know, those ones have gone up in value. And this is one which apparently is good fun, and there's potential for this to go up in value as well. So I'm hoping to buy this now, get it in the collection, because it's one I really want to play before the value does or doesn't increase. And that is The Incredible Hulk. So this is a 2008 game based on the movie, and it's basically everything that you would want from an Incredible Hulk video game. So you get like this big sandbox of what I believe is Manhattan, and you're just this super OP Hulk that can basically smash everything. I think a lot of the terrain and the buildings and stuff can all be damaged, and yeah, I think it's good, mindless fun. You're fighting against hordes of not only like police, but there's also like shield and like planes and robots and stuff that are trying to stop you. And whilst there probably is a storyline, I just look at it as smashing everything in your path with Hulk. So like I say, it's everything that you would want. So hopefully, yes. Okay, so this is a successful CX lottery. We've got the manual, it's complete. I believe this is £20 currently. Disc looks okay, a couple of minor scratches, we'll check it out. But yeah, I believe there's a Red Hulk movie coming out. So with this being one which, I wouldn't say it's gone under the radar, but it doesn't get spoken about too much, but it is often referred to as being a fun game. This does have the potential to go up in value when that movie releases. So this is just one that I thought I'd grab now and yeah, give a try. So very happy to be adding another of the Marvel games to my 360 collection. I think Captain America's gone up in price quite a lot recently as well. So yeah, if you're looking for the Marvel games, I'm guessing now is probably the time to grab them for the Xbox 360 at least. So that takes me to this one. Now this is a gift. I've got to give a massive shout out to my friend Retro Steve. Retro Steve's actually started an Instagram page. He finds some amazing stuff. I'll try and link his Instagram below. Basically, he had this massive job lot, as he often does. And he said, is there any in here that you need? And he was kind enough to send me a couple that I did need. So the first one is Race Driver Grid, but as you'll see, it's in the Best Sellers Classics. I'm still enjoying getting these. I still think these look fantastic. I love green, right? Everything that's green, I enjoy. So yeah, I still enjoy collecting these. The reason you haven't seen me buying too many of these recently is because I'm focusing on other things, but there's going to be a huge, and I mean a huge update in terms of like my collecting dropping on Wednesday, so keep it locked for that one. But yeah, we'll be focusing on this mini collection very soon. But yeah, really nice to add. Probably one of the lesser common classics bestsellers, certainly not one that I've seen out and about on my travels, so massive shout out for that one, Steve. And he also included this was just a game that he had in that bundle that I'd never picked up, and that is Overlord 2. This is a 2009 action RPG. Players take on the role of the Overlord, a mysterious warrior whose goal is to conquer the land by commanding a minion of small creatures known as minions. I might be way off here, but I see this as like a darker, more fantasy Pikmin. Like I say, I've never played it, I might be way off, but that's sort of like how I'm envisaging it. I think it's got like a lot of sort of like dark humour tied into this one as well. And yeah, it just looks like a really fun game. It got quite positive reviews actually. I think you're looking at like sort of 70%, 7/8 across the board. And I've always been intrigued by the cover and the artwork. It just looks like one of those things that's, like I say, intriguing, I guess is the best word to describe it. So yeah, happy to be able to add that to my 360 collection as well. And inadvertently, I've had quite a few Xbox 360 games here. So no doubt we'll have to reshuffle the 360 area once again very shortly. But yeah, I think that's everything that has actually been delivered whilst we've been away. As I say, we'll catch up on all the rest of the stuff on next week's vlog. That's promised to be a stacked vlog as well, because I've been planning on a big day out with a fellow tuber, a good friend of mine, for quite a few weeks now, and due to one thing or another, we've not quite been able to get our schedules together, but all being well, that will be coming next week's vlog, so I'm very excited about that. But right, okay, so in terms of this week's vlog, obviously it's been a mad one, right guys? It's been busy. I only got back quite late yesterday afternoon. I've still got to go through all of this footage from my trip and everything. I've got to get all this vlog put together so you guys can be watching it hopefully Sunday morning. I haven't had a time to look into Tunnel B1, so we'll give this away on next week's vlog. I've not had time to go through all those comments, but if you do want to win this, have another go by all means. Just put Ghetto Tunnel in the comments below and I'll make sure we give that away on next week's vlog. But yeah, what a week it's been. I often say things like the charity shop in Swaddling Coat seemed like a long time ago, but if it seems like a lifetime ago, right? A lot of travelling, a lot of time spent with 2 young children, a few more hair follicles lost, but a great week. Really enjoyed it. Like I said, I think earlier in the vlog, it was such a lot of work just to be able to go away for a few days. You know, getting all those videos together and being able to put them out prior to going away so I could have a few days with the family. But yeah, really enjoyed it. It was great to have a few days away and also come back with some fantastic stuff. I'm surprised by how much new stuff I've added this week. I really am. But guys, As always, I want to give a massive shout out for everybody that's taken the time to watch, everybody that's supporting the channel. It's always much appreciated. If you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so. There will be a link in the description if you want to get involved and join the Ghetto gang, the Discord and everything that's going on there. But yeah, man, I think that's going to do it. Like I said, I'm going to go and get to this editing now. And I will see you guys on Wednesday for a very, very special update. Play your games, keep it retro. Thanks for watching, in a bit.
No words.
Lock into the retro ghetto.